Hello, my name is Denise and welcome to the Darling Manor. So in this video I'm doing a few crafts. I am making a macrame rainbow yarn wall hanging, whatever you want to call it. And I also made a simple yarn wall hanging with the leftover thread that I had. These are really simple projects to do and they make really great home decor that gives a personal touch and kind of adds some colour to the room. I really enjoyed making these. They're a little bit time consuming and repetitive but therapeutic in a way. So I hope you enjoy my DIY video. So for this rainbow macrame wall hanging, all you need is some macrame rope, some felt for the backing of the wall hanging, and some coloured yarn that you can pick up from your local craft store in whatever colour scheme that you like. You will also need some scissors, some tape and a hot glue gun. So the first thing I did was lay out my felt and cut some string or macrame cord and lay that over in an arch to see how long my string needed to be for the first arch. Then I went and cut multiple strands of that string. I ended up going with 16 strands because my macrame cord was so thin. Then I also taped the ends of the macrame cord together to keep them from falling apart and also to see how long the tassels would be. So then I just repeated this step with the 3 arches underneath. I just measured out the string for each arch, cut it and put them together with the tape. So this is the next day and I had done a lot of it during the night. So I had covered 3 of my arches in yarn. So this is how I wrapped my arches in yarn. I just measured out the length of my arms in thread and then I doubled, tripled or quadrupled it so that I could cover more area when I was wrapping up the arches. So you can see here that it's a lot thicker than just doing it individually with each tiny minuscule little thread. So then I would just hot glue gun the threads to the end of the macrame cord just above the tape line and wrap it until I run out of thread, and then I would hot glue gun the end, hot glue gun the new pieces and just overlap it so that it hides the glue. Once I had finished wrapping all of the arches, I just hot glue gunned the felt together and started hot gluing each arch to the felt. So this is what it looked like after I had finished gluing down all of the arches onto the felt. So I also went ahead and made a mini arch out of 1 macrame cord and I wrapped that in the grey yarn so that I could make a little handle to hold it in place on the wall. So I actually burned myself pretty bad on the hot glue gun while I was gluing on the little arch on top. That's why my finger is in some ice water. But after you have finished gluing on that little arch on top, all you have to do is cut away the felt and then you can go ahead and take off the tape from the bottoms and also neaten up the lengths of yarn along your string. If some bits of yarn come too far down, you can just snip it away, pull off the hot glue and then re-hot glue the yarn so it doesn't unravel, just to give it a nice even end of the rainbow. And then after that you can go ahead and comb out the macrame cord to make your tassels. So this was the finished product. I was pretty happy with how it turned out. It wasn't exactly perfect, but I think it was good for a first effort and it looked really pretty hanging on the wall. I really loved the colour scheme and I just love how it adds a little subtle pop of colour to the wall and it's very easy to make. So I had lots of leftover yarn from my rainbow wall hanging and I wanted to use it up. So I thought to make a yarn wall hanging. These are so easy and simple to make and they look beautiful on a wall. So this is how I did it. So first I found a piece of dowel, cut it to size and I spray painted it white. Then I held it up to the wall and I figured out how long I would like the pieces of yarn hanging from it. So I doubled the string and started cutting lengths that measured double of what I would like it to be. So the reason that you want to cut it double is because you're going to be folding the thread in half when you tie it onto the pole. So I did a really easy knot, I think it's called the lark's head knot, and I'll show you how to do it. You just fold it in half, you wrap it around one side, you take the loop, and then you feed the end through the loop. And it's that simple to do. I just kept repeating that over and over with every single piece of yarn until I had enough on the piece of dowel and I liked the look of it. And then to finish it up, I simply tied a piece of yarn to each end of the piece of dowel and hung it from a nail on the wall. So this is how the yarn hanging turned out. I was pretty happy with it, and you can always choose to go in and chop the ends so that they're even, but I kind of like the rugged look that the uneven yarn lengths gave. This was a really easy project and it looks great on the wall. I was very happy with it in the end. It was actually quite funny because after a while of having it on the wall, I decided I wanted to trim it, so I trimmed it in this semicircle kind of vibe, and I really like it. So yeah, thank you for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you were inspired to do some creative projects of your own. If you like this video, I'd love if you could press the like button. And if you'd like to see more, comment below. And if you aren't already, you can follow the Darling Manor on Instagram at the Darling Manor. There you can keep up with our projects and thrifting and upcycling and everything that's going on in our home. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time.